Hello guys, Marvel Avengers is coming out on 4th September and I just wanted to make a video to tell you guys if you can run it or not, and I'm pretty darn surprised, and I can tell you that it runs better than Horizon FPS Gone and Microsoft Stutter Simulator. Before we go there, let's see the index for the video. Alright guys, you can see the index for the video right now. Okay, so we are now in Steam, where you can see the minimum requirements of the game. The CPU front looks pretty good, as you will be needing just i3 4th generation, and I'm pretty darn sure that you can get away with something like a i3 3rd gen or 2nd gen, but the RAM usage may be more, so be careful on that. As for the GPU, we need something like a GT 1030 for a 30 FPS console level experience. If you tell me guys, I would suggest a GTX 1050 2GB, as it is better than the GPU on the minimum requirements, and you can find them for cheap in the used market. As for the GPUs on the AMD side, if you have a RX 550 2GB, you will have the same kind of FPS like the GT 1030 or maybe a little bit better, but I would suggest get a RX 560 for this game, or just go ahead and buy a RX 470 for 4,000 to 5,000 rupees in used market. So that is all I have to say about the hardware that you need to run this game. So let's go to the benchmarks. The GPUs that I tested were the GT 1030, RX 550 640 shaders, and the GTX 1050. Now remember one thing, that this benchmark was for beta versions, and the final game may get you more frames. All the tests are done in 720p low settings with dynamic resolution scaling on, the last option in the display settings of the game. So you can see the benchmark for GT 1030 right now, which is a 2GB card, and the average hovered around 32 FPS with a minimum of 20 FPS. You can expect some stutters if you have got 8GB RAM, but if you have got more, well, there will be no stutters. So yeah, the experience was okay, I guess. It was playable, but it was low settings guys, so the game did not look that well. The RX 550 gave me a little bit more from this game. We averaged 35 FPS and a minimum of 22 FPS. So that is pretty much the same as the GT 1030, but the experience was a little bit better as it runs better on AMD GPUs because of the DirectX 12. So that is pretty good guys. Now if you want real playable and good experience, I would suggest go for the GTX 1050 2GB, which averaged 40 FPS and minimum 30 FPS. So that was pretty darn good and playable, and I really enjoyed playing the beta. I also dared to test the intelHD 4000 and managed to get 18 to 20 FPS on average at 50% of 720p, that is 360p guys. It is a low resolution, but it was kind of playable guys. Now if you have got something like a iGPU, I would suggest don't spend your money on this game. Save the 3,000 rupees and spend it on a used GPU guys, because that will be a better thing to do than buying this game guys. Alright, that is it for the benchmark. Looks like the aforementioned game will be playable on low spec configs, but I noticed some frame drops here and there. I think it was because of the game being in beta, and the final version of the game will be much better. So go ahead and try this guys on 4th September, as that is the release date. I will be doing more benchmarks on the final version. So yeah, I will expect better frames at least from these 3 GPUs that I have. Well, if you're still here, then go ahead and like the video. Feel free to comment, and if you really like the video guys, go ahead down below over there, a subscribe button, click on it. Okay, so yeah, thank you for watching, guys.